All right, everyone, we are here with War 10 against Salty. Today I am taking in Magneto, House of X, Shuri, and Professor X at rank 3. I have Path 5 in both sections and a mini-boss on Boss Island. So, Professor X's debut at rank 3, starting off here, Path 5 in Section 1. This is actually Shuri's only fight we are taking this Kindred. Game plan is to have a White Magneto pre-fight placed, and then just build a few shocks at the start, and then knock him down with a special 1, and nuke him down with crit hits, the Fury and passive shocks, and then being mindful of when he's stun immune, and then retaliating the special 1 to pause the infestation build up, the charges, to prevent infestation. And then have a special attack ready for when we're rooted. So benefit of the 7-star rank 3s out there, they're not totally high sig. So even if you don't have the special attack ready, if you set up properly on the way to the root and don't let the charges build up high enough to where infestation hits you during root, you actually KO him pretty quick just from dot damage. And we saw that with Kate earlier in the season. You're going to kind of see that with Shuri here in this war. So going well so far. Got to the over 10 shocks, means I'm going to get a nice bulk of crit passives so that we are going to take off a bunch here. He's stun immune there, baited out a heavy, retaliated, stun immune there, got a special 1 ready from him, just need him to throw it. He's not willing, might run out of the shock soon. He finally throws it, we retaliate and go into the relic to heavy knockdown, and here would have been fine. I should have baited out this special 1 and then just hit a couple times and then thrown special 1. It ends up being a special 2 because I hit too many times, and then he goes into root. So here I was a little bit panicked, but noticed I wasn't getting degened, and then he KO'd. So like I said, low sig Kindred, kind of okay if you don't have that special attack ready. We go off screen, we slap on full recoils, and we start our Professor X war. We're taking this Fury here. My game plan really was to just build the special 3 and max charges and push Fury into his real Nick. I guess I sped this whole video up, which is fine. It's kind of the longest fight anyways. But yeah, it's parry heavy when we can, re-parry when he's at a bar of power, try to push him to special 2. If it looks like he's just going to keep chaining heavies when we try to re-parry, then we're going to back off and either hope he dashes in for us to parry, or he throws special 1, and then we just rinse and repeat. The hope was to get him into second life with a special attack ready, bait out the special attack, combo into relic heavy there, and then special 3. But the way this fight worked out was that he went immediately into real Nick right when I knocked him down for ebb and flow or knockdown. So here I just figured, let me go ahead and throw a special 3. Fury's gonna last long enough between special 3s that he's gonna KO, and we don't have to wait for his health to disappear. So that was pretty much the end of that one, and pretty much the end of the fights I was most worried about. Section 2, Path 5, we've done these before with Professor X at rank 2, so I was definitely not as concerned to do these with Professor X at rank 3. Starting with Spunk here, Spider-Punk. You guys have seen this before. Parry heavy to special 3 and 100 charges. Get him to 0 power, have our falter ready, use the falter for an easy intercept off a heavy, and then just drop the special 3 and win. That's the game plan for Path 5. It'll almost always be the game plan for Path 5 with Professor X, or I'm not using Professor X. So this Spider-Punk was no exception. It was a pretty solid Path 5 Section 2 run. Yeah. He was willing to throw special 1s until it was time to throw special 3, and even then he threw it after a couple baits. Didn't go with the PS1 here. I didn't want to risk using 2 PS1s on this path, and I really wasn't worried about a 6-star Spider-Punk. So I went with a combat regen just so that I use a gray boost, maybe help with the topping off. There I didn't think I had actually parried, so I didn't risk it. Getting close to this special 3. Decide to go one more heavy here, bait out this special 1. We are at charges. There's the special 1. Get back far enough so that he dashes in when he charges this heavy for him to trigger falter. He's a little hesitant, and then he goes. And that is the end of that fight. I believe it finishes in 2 special 3s. Yep. Second fight of Path 5. Destroyer here. We've got a White Magneto pre-fight placed. Here, same game plan. Parry heavy to special 3. Normally with Destroyer, I push him special 2 and dex it. This war was going so well, I just didn't bother risking it. I had gotten away with not triggering dexterity a couple times, so it meant that we weren't going to have a lot of special 2s. I wasn't at risk of triggering a third special 1, sorry. We weren't going to be triggering a lot of special 1s, so we weren't at risk of triggering 3 special 1s here, so I decided to bait out the second special 1, and there's the no trigger. So at this point I go, alright, well, let's just go ahead, bait out this second special 1 and call it a day. Get one more hit in here. There we go. Ready to go. He throws it from distance. He's not at max charges. We're good. Charge heavy, and he waits a full 12 seconds of dancing. I was so worried here. It would be bad if he came in and light attacked me. But he finally dashes in and we finish the fight. So thank you, AI, for making it interesting. And I believe this one does take 3 special 3s. Rank 3 Destroyer. Plus he's got some protection per buff. And we keep gaining prowess out of the special 3s, so it's not enough for a path fight though. If you watched my other videos, it was kind of interesting for a mini boss. Final fight, we've got Killmonger on AoE mini boss node. We have a White Magneto pre-fight here as well. That's just so that we don't give him extra power with the bonus power gain from the node and from his kit. So a passive stun means no debuffs, which means no excessive power gain. Decide to bait out special 1s. Luckily, he didn't, for most of the special 1s, require any type of baiting. He just threw it. Worst nightmare here would have been to get him to special 2, and he catches us on a dash back or something silly. And that's the idea behind the invulnerability boost instead of the PS1 here. And there you go. There's an example. Stand up, throw special 1. We retaliate. Good job, Killmonger. And that parry actually wasn't ready. Here comes another special 1 right off of the stand up. Retaliate. This one he holds. Get another parry heavy in, and I decide to try and bait. He's not having it right away, but he finally goes here. Heavy retaliate. We are red. We are good to go. And that will end the war and end this fight. So 3 special 1s again. Rank 3 Killmonger. He's gone through a few bars of power, so he has some resistance built up. But we are 4 charges, so bye-bye Killmonger. So it was a fun war for me. It was the end of my war. That puts us at 42 fights and 1 death, so going really well so far for the season. And we actually ended up losing this war on time. So it was tied 3-3. We lost by like 200 seconds or more. But yeah, we had one war where we were tied and 1 on time. And we had the other war right after it where we were tied again and lost on time. But yeah, I mean, it's the way it works out sometimes. It was a fun war. Good job to Salty. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe and give it a like. And I will check you guys out at the next war.